Everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I hope you're all doing well and staying happy and healthy. This is our part 2 of our phrase and clause video. We are going to be talking about special kinds of phrases. So we are going to be talking about the gerund phrase, which is a phrase that involves verbs that have ing in them. So ing phrases, when you look for verbs in sentences, remember that the ing form of a word cannot be a verb all by itself. So we're going to look at this example. Succeeding in school despite working full time is a phrase and not a clause. To make this phrase into a clause, we need to complete the verb by adding a form of the verb be. So if we were going to fix that, the phrase that we saw on the previous slide, we were going to change it to the student was succeeding in school despite working full time. We can make sure that an ing word is part of a main verb by checking to see if the ing word follows a form of the verb to be. And I list off a whole bunch of different forms of the verb to be. So for example, Trevor is working as a security guard. Trevor was working as a security guard last year. Trevor has been working as a security guard for 3 years. These are all examples of where we took something that was a phrase and made it into a clause by adding in the to be verb before the ing verb. So now we're going to be looking at some examples. Trying to get favorites on Instagram. She posted selfies trying to get favorites on Instagram. I know it's slightly cringe. Thinking about how to make $1 million. He stayed up all night thinking about how to make $1 million. So we are going to then address these in Edpuzzle. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is the fact that there are 2 different kinds of clauses. And for this, we are going to look at the 2 different kinds being dependent and independent. See the difference between the 2 kinds in the examples below. Our examples being Mary broke my cell phone, and example 2 being because Mary broke my cell phone. One of these is dependent and the other one is independent, and you might already have a guess. So if you guessed that the second one is the dependent clause, you are correct. So because Mary broke my cell phone is dependent, we have a subject and a verb, Mary broke, but it can't stand on its own. It's dependent on another clause to give it meaning. What happened because Mary broke the cell phone? The idea, it's not complete. This is why it is dependent. If you still have questions after hearing a group of words, chances are you are dealing with a dependent clause. So once again, more specifically, the clause is dependent because of the word because. Words like because are called subordinates. When we use a subordinate at the beginning of a clause, the clause becomes dependent or subordinate and can no longer stand alone as a sentence. So for example, because Mary broke my cell phone is our dependent clause, therefore we need an independent clause attached to it for it to be a full sentence. Because Mary broke my cell phone, I had to get another phone on Craigslist. It doesn't matter if you flip it around, you're still going to have your independent and dependent. So if we did, I had to get another phone on Craigslist because Mary broke my cell phone, we still see the combination of independent and dependent, making it a full sentence. So we're going to look at some examples, dependent and independent practice. 1, although you've never paid me back. 2, I will lend you the money. 3, although I am between paychecks. 4, since I went back to school. We're going to do these on Edpuzzle. Alrighty guys, that is our practice, and we are going to follow up with some practice on IXL. And there will be more information then to come about grammar lessons in the future. Alrighty guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.